Today we are going to be talking about the Miami-Dade Public Library website and app, what resources are available there, how you can access them, and a couple other things. A bit of an overview of what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the library website, how to get there, how to navigate it. We're also going to talk about the app, which presents an option for those who primarily use smartphones and tablets to accessing a lot of these resources a bit more seamlessly. Then we're going to talk about some of those services that are available. So browsing the catalog, how you can create reservations and holds on books, and additional features and resources that are available through the website and the app. And then lastly, we're going to touch on a separate app called the Libby App, which is an app that allows you to access ebooks and audiobooks from Miami-Dade Public Library on your computer, phone, and tablet, and will be an essential tool if you're someone who wants to use your devices to read or listen to content from the Miami-Dade Public Library. So starting off the public library website, we're going to talk about how to navigate it, as I said, and what resources are there. So the Miami-Dade Public Library website, the URL for that website is mdpls.org. You can Google Miami-Dade Public Library or use your preferred search engine to search this up, and you can get there. And then we'll also talk about the app kind of simultaneously. So we're going to talk about how to install this, how to get your library card set up on that and all of that. And that is downloadable from the Apple App Store if you have an iPhone or an iPad, and from the Google Play Store if you have an Android smartphone or tablet. So that's Samsung, LG, Google Pixel, whatever you may have. That's the system you're running on, and that's where you're going to download the app from. Usually you can just find it in any of these app stores by searching MDPLS or searching Miami-Dade Library or Miami Library, kind of whichever way you choose to phrase it, it should pop up for you, and then download it from there. Again, I'll be kind of going over quickly what that app icon looks like so you know how to identify the correct one, but we're going to start first by looking at the website. So here we are on the Miami-Dade Public Library System website. This is the homepage of the website, and it's where you can access all of the library resources and things you might want to look for. Now, the main way you can navigate this website is really through this menu bar that's at the top of the screen here. This is where all the resources are kind of housed. You will notice that on this front page, there are some quick access buttons to things like events, books, learning and trading, getting a library card, but for all the other services that may not be as readily available here, they're going to be located in one of these menus here. You also have the option when using this website to search the site, to look for certain services you might be trying to find. And that search area is located right up here on the top. Just to be clear, though, there are two search tabs up here. The first one says search the catalog. The second one says search the site. So they do have two different functions. You don't want to search for a service and search the catalog because you're going to only be searching through books or any sort of options that the library has that you can take it on loan, like DVDs. If you search the site, you're actually searching the site. So just a heads up about navigating the site through those features. I find that the search the catalog tool is really helpful in finding books. So say I searched a book I was looking for, pretty quickly it pulls them up, and we can check out that book, and we'll get more into looking at these books later. I will say out of the gate that I find the actual search tool for the site itself, I just tried to click search. It's a bit slow, and it doesn't necessarily bring up the best results. So I just, out of the gate, might just use these tabs to navigate. Just a heads up on terms of just functionality and what's easiest to navigate there. You can see we just got that search in, but it was a bit slow, and the results don't really, they're not as easy to navigate or as clear to where you're heading when you're searching for a service. So I would not use this tool as much and try to find what I'm looking for through one of these tabs. Unless you're looking for a specific book or something you're trying to take out from the library, then this search the catalog tool is in fact a very helpful tool. But just to review, so we have a number of sections here that we can look through. The first one is quick links, and quick links is going to link you to some of your most basic library services that you might think of when you think of the library, like browsing the catalog of the books and stuff they have available, calendar events for things going on, classes, events going on in the library system, their digital collection, link to be able to access those ebook and audiobook services, a link to be able to get a library card, the latest news from the library, learning and training opportunities through the library, mobile apps, and mobile printing. So some of those most basic services, if you're looking for, these are where they're going to be located. As I said, using these to access those basic services. The important ones to know of and understand how to navigate here are going to be this browse the catalog section. When you click on this, you'll be taken kind of to a different area of the website. And from here, what you'll be able to do is search for what you're looking for. And this is a really great tool if you're looking to take out a book from the library and just want to make sure that it's available at the branch you're planning to go to, so you don't waste your time going to a branch and it's not there. Or you can use it just to see if they have a book in stock at all, right? So we come to this part of the site. They have some lists, if we kind of scroll down, of things you might be interested in, but really the best way to use this tool is to use this search icon. It works the same way it worked up in the top right corner, which I showed previously, but you can come here and you can, search for an author or a book title and press search, and it will show you some of the books or the book you're looking for. Once you find, you can kind of scroll down to look at the titles available. You also have the ability to do things like change the format over here on the left side. So you can say, I'm only looking for ebooks or hard copy books or DVDs or audiobooks. So you can do that there, but you'll also see that all this information's here. For each book that you see listed here, you'll see multiple options: the book, the ebook, a large print if it's available, an audiobook or an audiobook on CD. And it's going to show you if it's available. You can see that there are a number of locations here that you can choose from when you're choosing. You can choose all locations and see where it's available. And be able to place holds from here, so you can just go to the library and pick up a book. So that is the tool for searching the catalog really easily there. If ever you're on the site and you're within a tool or within a page and you want to get back to that home page we were on before, you'll just click the logo in the top left corner. This is the same for a lot of websites, and it should bring you back to this main page. But that's how you can browse the catalog. As I said, another important thing here is you can also look at the calendar events. Again, you'll have a list view of all the events coming up. You have a small calendar over here in your left kind of corner that allows you to choose a specific date. But you can always narrow down the events you're seeing, the types of events you're seeing, by either searching for event using the search bar up here, or you can filter by location. So if you're really only looking for events at a particular branch that's nearby, you can say select a branch by clicking on this check mark, and it will show you what events are happening. A lot of events happening at that branch I selected, unfortunately, but you can also view all branches and you'll see upcoming events happening. And if you want to learn more about event, just click on the title of it and it will show you what day, what time it's at, what branch it's at, and a little bit of information about what the event is, how you can contact the branch about attending the event, and all of that. Additionally, in quick links, another really important area here is getting a library card. So if you don't have a library card, you can easily apply for one online. All you have to do is click on this Get a Library Card section, and you can apply for a digital library card. Super simple. You just click this Apply Now button. It asks you for some basic information. So your email address, your name, first and last. You always have to do this I'm not a robot thing. And then you can confirm your email. From here, what will happen is you will get sent a confirmation email. It'll be sent to your email. All you'll have to do is go to your email. And you can see I've been sent an email saying to click this link to confirm the address. I just click on this link. And then pretty much as soon as I do that, what will happen is I will be sent to this page, which basically says, congratulations, you set up your library card. Here's your barcode, set up a PIN, and then you can start using it. You'll also then, after the fact, get an email with all this information once again, and you'll get an attachment on here, which is a library card that you can use. You can print that out so that you can use the scanning code, but you also have that number there that's able to be used. So it's an easy way to be able to set up your library card right in that quick links section to get a new library card. Now, it's really important to get your library card to use some of the services we just talked about, because that's how you can get out books. And then you can use all of these online services that we're talking about. So if I have my library card and I come to the site, I'll just want to log into my account, which is right up here on the top of the screen. I put in my barcode and my password, and I click login. And then from here, from before, say I wanted to take out a book, we'll just use this one that's here as an example. That's how I'll be able to place that hold. So I can't place a hold on a book without my account. But once I put in that information that I have, let me go back, grab that number so I can put it in. Once I put it in and I put in my PIN and log in, once I place hold, it will say, hey, where do you want to pick it up from? You select the location, or you can have it mailed as well, if it's possible. And then you just select. You can say, I don't need this item after. So say it's an item that's not yet available, and so you're in line to get it. You can say, if it's going to be beyond this date, don't bother because I won't need it anymore. So you can choose that option. But you click confirm location and your request is successful. You'll get a notification via email from the account that you set it up under, or on your account here if you're logged in, about when it's available, and then you can go pick it up. So that's a really helpful resource there to be able to choose from, accessible right from the site. So that's some of the areas in that quick links area that are available to you. Other resources available on this site, the next tab over is locations. So, if you're not familiar with where all the library locations are, you can click on locations here, and you can just see a list. You can see them based on near you, so you can provide an address and it'll show you what's near. You can see them listed alphabetically, and you can also have a map view of them. So say I decide to choose one near me. All I have to do is put in my zip code, choose the radius of how far I want it to be, click search branches, and I'll be able to see all of the library branches that are nearby. I can also see their phone number so I can contact them. And if I click on one of the branches, so say I click on the Hispanic branch library, I'll also be able to see all their upcoming events, their hours of operation, the branch manager, and just a ton of information. So whether it's that you're looking for a new branch or looking for contact or information about a branch that you are already frequenting and familiar with, you can come to their page and see all this information there. And particularly, you can see the contact information if you need to reach out to them about something. You can also see any amenities or services that they offer here. So this location tools is really great for getting to know what library services and what libraries are nearby you, what services they offer, and when you can go. The next tab over is this Get Oriented tab. We'll see some repeats here of stuff that we've looked at before. So things like get a library card, and everything in this section just deals with like getting set up at the library for things you might want to use it for. So, there's, for example, the same browse the catalog, calendar events. So same as quick links, it's just a lot of those basic library services that you want to get started on, including making a payment for maybe an overdue book or volunteering or seeing schedules. So you have all those easily here. Say I did click on, let's say, volunteer. You can find the information about how you might be able to volunteer at the library here. So we'll give you all the information of volunteer opportunities that exist, how you can apply, and any sort of contact information for that. So that there. The next is Explore. So Explore has just different kind of smattering of library programs. I think of this as just a place where they put things that they weren't quite sure where to place them otherwise because they didn't have a specific category for it. So things like the 24/7 library, and you need services after hours. It just basically links to any digital services that they have available to you. Community resources, which is just links to programs that may or may not be entirely associated with the library system, but you can access. So it's basically just a bunch of their programs that they run, and you can like read about them. So, their museum pass program or their talking is teaching program, right? So you have all of these programs here in this Explore area. So if there's something you're looking for and you're like, oh, I'm not sure where it would exist because it's kind of doesn't fall into the categories of locations or orientation or services, it's probably in the Explore area. So check out that area if you can't find something you are looking for that you want to look for. And then services. Services is all of our kind of maybe book taking out traditional library related services we might think of, stuff like the Adult Learning Academy. There's a page where you can reach out and ask a librarian, so something there. Digital Learn, Drive Up Wi-Fi, all of these different programs that the library offers as part of its services are located here. Again, you'll find that like if you're in a section, you might see crossover of certain options or buttons popping up in multiple places. And this is just so, wherever you might look, you can find it there. But there's a lot of great programs here. One that I want to point out in particular, if you're not aware of it, is their Drive Up Wi-Fi program. So if you're someone who is doesn't have always the best access to internet, maybe you're using a data plan versus home Wi-Fi to connect to things, and that can run out or get expensive. The library does offer a Drive Up Wi-Fi program where basically you can go park in their parking lot if they have one, and use the Wi-Fi from the library on your device from the comfort of your car. And you can see all the information about how that works here. And you can see any of the locations that have this program available. So Arcola Lakes branch, Coral Gables branch, Coral Reef branch are all ones where this is available. If you choose to use this program, this photo demonstrates it pretty well. There's just certain spots in the parking lot that will have this Drive Up Wi-Fi sign. Those are the spots you can use to do this, and it will give you a good connection. So this is a great option for anyone who's here who maybe doesn't always have the best Wi-Fi connectivity, or if you know someone who doesn't always have the best Wi-Fi connectivity and they weren't aware of this program, it is a great tool that they offer to promote that digital inclusion and everyone being able to get access. So a great tool for you there, a part of their services. There are many more to choose from under this area. And then the last section kind of want to look at on the site here is the My Accounts. So if you're logged in on the site to your account, you can click on this area or go into this item so you can log in. You can check about stuff that you've done. So if you've already logged in, you don't need to log in again. I've done that. But you can click on things like items out and you can see, oh, do I have any items checked out? From here, you should also be able to see all the items you have on hold as well. And say I have this item on hold. Say I decide I don't want it anymore, I can cancel the hold. So where you can manage everything that you've done in terms of, taking out books or DVDs or whatever other things you can take out from the library here. You'll notice, I don't know if you have noticed, that whenever I go into this sort of section, to do with like browsing the catalog or in the My Account section, it actually takes me to a slightly different website. So this is a web-based app that they use to manage all of the library like loans and holds that you might have. So it just takes you here, and this is all one app. So this is the closest thing that we have to. Oh, there's a question. Can you remind me where to go to access the Miami Herald consumer reports? Yes, I believe that this should be in their digital collection. No, that's old stuff. I think that you'd probably have it in here. Let's see if we can. I think would be there. Let me double check on where you access it from. I would assume it would have been there, but I can double check at the end where that's located from here. Yeah, I'll let you know in a second where I can find that. I'd imagine it would be on there, but I can double check. All right, so that is the Miami Public Library System website. What I want to look at now quickly is the Miami app. The app is set up similarly. It does feature less resources than the website. I find it's more oriented to help you access like the basic library services, which is stuff like taking out books and all of that. So here I am on my tablet. I'm using an iPad here. This is the Miami-Dade Public Library app. It's in my little corner down here. You should be able to see it down here. This is downloadable from any app store. As I said, if you want to use the app or you want to access some of these services on a phone or a tablet, the app is usually your best bet to do so because it's going to have a better ability to navigate around. Sometimes the website won't be as, like smooth. It won't be as smooth to use as the app because the app is set up specifically with the type of interface you have on here in mind. So if you do need to download it, you can go to your Google Play Store if you're using an Android. I'm using the App Store because I'm using an iPad, but you can click in here and search for it. As I said, you can kind of search anything. I just searched Miami Library and it should come up. And the app you're looking for is this one, Miami-Dade Public Library. This is the logo, so that's the one you want to download. If you're unsure if you have the right one, you can always click onto the logo and it should give you information about who the developer is. And you'll see right here, the developer is Miami-Dade Public Library. So this is the correct app. So I could download it. I already have it downloaded, so I'm just going to click open. Now, this is the app we'll already see that there are some things that are similar in terms of like what we can access from here. So we have things like our services area, our events area, our explore area. So some of the same areas that were at the tab at the top of the website also available here on the app. If say I click on one, say I clicked on the drive up Wi-Fi section, it should take me to that web page. What's happening a lot here is it's linking back to the website, so we'll get that same page here. But we can access a lot of these same services here on the app. It will just take you to this homepage. But again, this is a really great tool for finding books that you might want to take out. There's a search bar at the top to do so. So say I want to look for book or something. I can search for it here. I'll see a bunch of the options that match my search. And then I can choose one. So say I want to choose this book, I can just click on it and click either, oh, there we go. It will open up item details so I can see things like, okay, where is it available? How many copies are available? Can I place a hold? Find a copy. So important information about finding where copies of books and other things are available. And you can also, if you're logged into your account here, place a hold on a book from here so that you can go pick it up in person or have it delivered to a branch. Now, again, when you're using this, you will need to be logged into your account to be able to place those holds and access some of those services. The easiest way to do that is when you first come in here, there should be a little plus button in the top right corner of the screen. You can open that up and you can sign into your account. Now you can either do it by just typing in your barcode number. There's also a scan option. So if you do have that physical library card or that printout with the barcode available, you can click on scan and it should open up your camera. So here's my camera, and then I can scan the barcode if I need to, and it should help me log in from there. I just canceled it. But you can sign in, and then you should be able to place those holds in the same way you did on the website. Now, there is that home area. There's also this search area. So there's a few tabs down here in the bottom. This just takes us back to where we were searched before. There's an account area, which again, if you're logged in, will show you information about your account, how many holds you have out, and any books and when they're due. And then you have my card, which is the same thing. You can just basically see that same information. Those two areas do the same thing. And then you have these three lines. And this is kind of your main menu, right? So there's similar things to what we had on the main website, things like events, locations, latest news. So say I click on events here. It should take me to the events page. Let's take me back to this book. Here we are, where we can browse through events at the library. You'll see them listed by date. You can use the top section up here to scan through dates, and you can use this search bar to search for certain events that you want to look for. So it basically acts as if you are in the library, but you have it in hand, so you can access those services from afar and just make things maybe a bit more easy or streamlined, right? If you don't want to be calling around or running around to different branches in search of a book you're looking for, because you're not sure if it's there, it's on hold, you can basically use the app and website to see where those things are available. It might make your experience a bit more seamless there. So a great option there, and all of those services easily accessible. Again, as I said, if you're looking to find some of those additional services or learn more about those additional services, like the Drive Up Wi-Fi program or any of the other programs that the library offers, I would tend to go to the website versus using the app, even if you are using a smartphone or tablet, because they're more easily findable. On the app, because the interface is simplified, they just list fewer things on it. So you'll have a harder time finding some of those services on the apps besides the basic library services like putting holds on books. So you might use them in different contexts to access those services. Now, the last thing I want to cover, and then I'll answer some questions about the library, is the Libby app. So the Libby app is an app that's used pretty widely by a lot of libraries out there. Miami Public Library uses it, but so does LA Public Library. So does basically almost every library system in North America. And Libby is an app that allows you to access ebooks and audiobooks on your devices. So whereas with the library website and the library app, you can put holds on and search for content that's located in the physical library, you cannot use that app or website to actually take out ebooks, electronic books that you read on your device. You'll need to get the Libby app to do it. So it's a separate app, unfortunately, that we have to use, but it is a really great app. It provides a really nice interface and a great way to read books on the go, not have to lug around a bunch, especially if you're a really avid reader and you have a couple books on the go at a time. It might be a bit easier just to have them on your device and rather than carrying around heavy books in a bag. So that's what we're going to look at now. I'm going to start by showing you the website version of it that's available on computers that you can access. It's also available on tablets. That's the main place it's used, but you can use it on the computer. So to access Libby, and it's spelled Libby, you can start by going to the website libbyapp.com, or else if you're on a phone or tablet, you can go to your app store and search up Libby and download the app. The first thing that happens when you either open the app or open the website is that it asks you a couple questions. So the first time you open this app, it says, do you have a library card? If you do have a library card, you can click yes. If not, you can click not yet. What will happen from there is it asks you to find your library that you utilize. You can search it using a library name or city. So if I search, say, Miami, I could find the Miami-Dade Public Library system. And from here, it will say you need to add a library card, sign in with my card. I don't have one. I can click I would like a card, and it tends to show you some instructions on how to access that. So if you don't yet have a card, it will push you through that. But if you don't yet have a card, use the Miami-Dade Library website, or obviously going in person to do it, and then you can access it from there. But hopefully, best case scenario, you do have a card and you can click use my card. Because I just did this, it wants me to, sorry, I have to reset this because now I answered the questions. Oops, that's what I answered. All right. Do this. Okay, so back to the start here. You do have a library card, just click yes. And then what you can do is a few options. Again, it's just going to ask you these questions. If you use it, we can just sync it from another device. So if you're already logged in another device, you can search for a library or guess my library. This requires it to access your location. So I usually just click search for a library. That way you can search for a library. Say I search Miami, select it, and then it will take me to the page, and I just click sign in with my card. And here you're going to want to put in your card number. So it should be, if you have a physical card, it's the number underneath the barcode. Or if you signed up for one online, it is the number that is in the email. Sorry, I'm just logging in here. So you put in your number, click sign in. Oh, I must have entered that in wrong. Sorry. Yep. Okay. So I link it in. Great, I'm signed in. Sometimes it asks you to put in your PIN. Didn't for this one. And you're good to go. So you're in this app. This is the website. However, this is also exactly how the app looks on a phone or tablet. It's just going to be, maybe a slightly different shape because those are different shaped items. Might be more of a rectangle going up and down rather than side to side. So here it is. When you're on here, you have your home page, which allows you to see any sort of maybe collections that they have that they're featuring. So popular books might be listed here. But the best way to navigate this is to use the search bar. There's a little magnifying glass down here. You can click on it to search for a book. I can search for an author or a book, whatever I might want. I'll search for an author in this example, and I can see all the titles associated with that title or that book. Now we'll see a lot of options here that we can choose from. If a book is available to borrow right away, you can just click borrow and then you immediately have it and you can start reading it. You have to I forget how many borrows, I think 10 at a time. So you can take out 10 ebooks at a time. You can always also choose to read a sample if you're not sure if you're interested in taking out a book. So if a book is available right away, you just click borrow. There'll also be audiobooks on here. And the best way you can tell if something's a ebook or an audiobook is the ebooks are a rectangular shape picture and the audiobooks will be a square and you'll see the 10 hours in headphones underneath it. And so you can listen to an audiobook. But say I wanted to borrow one of these books, I'll just click borrow. As soon as I click it, I'll say, okay, great. It shows you how many loans and holds you have, so you can keep track of that. You can borrow it for 21 days. The great thing about this app is that it's digital. So when the 21 days is up, you don't have to worry about late fees or bringing it back. It just automatically returns it for you. It'll just be off your device. So easy to do that. I can click borrow. And then I have it. Once I borrow it, I can, keep browsing if I'm looking to take out a couple books at a time, or I can just right away click open book. And here we are. It's going to open up this book for me and I can start reading. Now here we are on the computer. So I'm going to use my mouse to click on the screen to move from spot to spot. But if you're on a tablet, you'll just swipe on your screen. But I can start clicking through and reading the book on my device. So pretty straightforward there. And that's how that works. The great thing I find about this app is if you tap your finger or drag your mouse up here at the top, you'll see that these little menus appear that kind of cut off your screen. But these offer you a few options. So right now I'm viewing the book in the most basic format, 2 page at a time. Up here, there's some buttons we'll see. The first one is like a bunch of lines. What this does is it changes the format of the book from a double column to a single column reading style. I find this a bit daunting. I like to see this, so I'll change it back. Another thing you have is this A. This A allows you to change things like the text scale, so you can make the actual letters bigger for yourself. So if it's too small on your screen, you can make it larger. You can also change the lighting. If you find that the white background with the screen is too bright, you can have bright, but you can change it to sepia or dark. So you have different appearance styles that you can use, so you can read in different styles. You'll also be able to change the font style. So if you find a certain font a bit difficult to read, you can choose. They even have an open dyslexic style that makes it a bit easier to read, especially if you're someone who has dyslexia. So options there to kind of change this to your liking. The next tool that's great is there's a search bar. So you can search within the book. If this is a book you've read a million times, perhaps there's a passage that you really want to just go back, and that's what you're borrowing it for. You can search within the book. So I could search, I don't know, search that as an example, and I can see every time the words I could show up in the book. We'll see them all here. And say I find the one I'm looking for. I can click on it and it will take me to that page and I can read it from there. So you can always search within the book, which is, I find to be a really nice feature. And you can also create bookmarks. So this last thing is a bookmark. I can click on this and I can see all the places I've placed bookmarks in the book. Bookmarks on Libby function a bit different than they do in real life when we're reading a book, because you don't need them to save your spot in the book. That is done automatically for you. As soon as you come out of this book and come back, you'll be right back to where you were before. So bookmarks just exist if you want to like go back and discover a spot. The other great thing that I find about Libby and taking books out this way is that you can kind of treat it with these bookmarks and everything like it's your own book. So on top of creating bookmarks, you can also scroll through it really quickly and do those searches. But what you're able to do with this is all the bookmarks you create, if I left the book gets returned to the library. I don't have it on loan anymore. If I ever re-borrow the book in the future, it saves all of that data. So any place I put a bookmark from before, I can go access that. So it's like having your own version of the book where you're able to write notes or make marks in the section or earmark certain pages you want to return to that you may not be able to do with a library book because you have to keep it in good condition. You can absolutely do that with this app and it saves all of that for you. So the next time you borrow it in 2 years, 5 years time, all of that information is still there for you. So you can do that. As I said, you can also get audiobooks from here. So I'll search down. Here's an audiobook. I can borrow this one. And audiobooks on here, obviously a slightly different way of navigating them. Pretty simple when you open it. It's just a giant play button. You can start listening to the book. You can skip forward or backward 15 seconds at a time. They have some of those same sort of features that we had on the ebook here. Really nice features. So first of all, you can change the speed. If you find that the speaker is speaking too slow or speaking too fast, you can adjust the speed at which the book is read to normal, 1.25 times faster, etc. There's also this little moon, which is great if you're someone who likes to listen to audiobooks before bed, but you tend to fall asleep before you can stop them or pause them. You can set a timer. So you can say, read till the end of the chapter. It'll tell you how long that's going to be, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. And I can set it to 30 minutes and press play. After 30 minutes of play, it will automatically pause the book for you. So you don't have to worry about missing huge sections. Again, if you're someone who likes to listen to them at night and you tend that you fall asleep and then you lost where you were, a great option for listening to a book at night without missing too much or having to backtrack too much to try to figure out what was the last section I remembered or when did I doze off. A really cool feature here with Libby. So yeah, that's how you search and find books. Again, and once we search or find books or place holds on books, there's another section down here. It looks like a stack of books. This is your shelf. So this is all the books you have. You can see all the books you have on loan. If you have any holds out, you can always go and manage holds or manage loans. So say I have this book, say it's due in 2 days and I'm not ready to let it go. I can click manage loan. And if it's available to me, like if it's no one has next dibs on it, I can click renew loan and I should be able to renew that loan for another 21 days just really easily. If I'm done with it early, and especially if there's a wait time on it, and other people are waiting on it, you might want to do this as just a nicety. You can always return the book early and then you return it. But otherwise, you don't have to return the books. You don't have to go in and click return book. Once that loan is up, it will go back for you. So you never have to worry about late fees when you're doing things on Libby. As I said, this is also available as an app. Looks the exact same pretty much. So I'm not going to go into it because it's the exact same format, just on your iPad or iPhone or tablet or smartphone, and you can access them there. Now, if you have any questions about today's topic or really anything tech related, you can call us toll free at Cyber Seniors at 305-419-0906, or you can visit us online at www.cyberseniors.org/Miami.